Oh man, do you see how you're catching me? Do you understand? Have you not been listening to me this whole time? I mean that we cannot reasonably prove that a miracle happened. We can prove that a battle happened. We can say that, okay, these guys walked from this city to this city, but you guys keep taking what I just said just now and going, oh, you're going to think that it's impossible and that nothing can be proven and that da 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 da.
So listen, man, I'm just going to ask you a few things, and I'll try to keep it cool. But normally, I'm not used to dealing with someone such as yourself. I'm typically geared for a more hostile audience. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I'm just going to talk to you like a normal person, but it's going to be very difficult for me because I'm not really normal. Does that also follow?
Okay.
Yeah. So you typically would require the scientific method in order to adhere to any type of facts, right? Most facts, they need to be like scientifically proven or demonstrated. Would that be the case? Sound pretty good? Something for you to believe?
Yes.
I'd like to take that same metric of evidence and apply it to something that you use colloquially every day.
Okay.
So I'm going to apply that same metric. Would you say it's fair that you continuously say your mother loves you?
Sure.
Yeah. Can you prove that to me with the scientific method?
No.
Okay. So let's throw that out of the water. All right. How about your name, Stella? Is that a scientific fact that your name is Stella?
These are terrible points for your position, but keep going.
I'm just trying to apply your metric, right? Your external standard for evidence. You, by your own admission, while I've been sitting here listening to you on this live very calmly and abruptly and deliberately say, hey, this is my ration and this is my reason. But when I apply that to things that you use every day, colloquially, they don't seem to stand the test. And so I'm just curious.
Well, I'm not trying to prove that my mother loves me to you guys.
Oh, okay. All right. So now we've understood that your metric of evidence is no longer applicable to things that you use in applicatory life. However,
if you have actually been listening to me, you would understand that I've said that I have different levels of evidence that I need for different things.
Okay, so there's different levels of evidence, right? But
correct.
I'm just going to use your own admission, which you said to me, you needed observable, repeatable, testable, falsifiable. But hey, man.
For me to believe a miracle claim, correct.
Oh, for you to believe a miracle claim. So just miracle claims, but nothing else.
Pretty much anything supernatural out of the Bible, yeah.
So let me ask you this, man. Like the virgin birth of Mary, that'd be a miracle claim you just couldn't wrap your head around.
Yep, I mean, I guess virgins could get pregnant somehow. I haven't dived too deep into that particular topic, but I guess it could be possible.
Could be possible. Hey, what about the virgin birth of the universe? Would you subscribe to that too?
Again, that's not something that we can observe and test, so it's hard to...
So this is what I'm understanding.
Jeez, man. You got a good evil laugh.
I just want to know if you're still sitting down. I can tell your heart rate's going up and your voice is starting to shake, but I just want you to calm down and answer my questions.
Okay,
would you say at that point that you have this real intersubjective position of evidence that just sort of flip-flops from version to version, like it's this standard for that, it's this standard for that, but the one that has ramifications on a belief system in which you'll have to submit to, suddenly you suspend judgment on?
No.
Oh, no? Can you substantiate that no with an answer? I would like justification for your no and your rational inquiry as to your God denialism.
I don't see any evidence for a God.
That's a mental state, sir. I'm asking for your rational justification. Go ahead.
Okay, I've been telling you guys this whole time. I haven't seen proof of a God.
That's a mental state, sir. Try again.
You have interrupted me yet again. Can I finish
I've
my
heard all this
thought?
before. It's the same tired script, and the cope and the crying is not going to help you. I need rational justification, not autobiographical information.
Seems like your heart rate's getting up there, buddy. What are you doing? What happened to Mr. Calm and Stoic?
That is not going to help you. I want you to re-engage with the content. I'm going to ask you again. What is your rational justification for your God denialism?
You are not accepting my answer, so I'm not going to say it.
Because you're giving me mental states and you're giving me autobiographical
Correct, because you guys have the burden of proof. You have the burden of proof.
Stella, do you think that's an answer to my question?
It should be at this point.
Okay, so you mean, hold on, stop, Charlie, stop. So
you're not having a genuine conversation.
You're not being genuine. I've been asking you this time.
No. You're not being genuine, bro. Constantine, you're not being genuine.
All right, so here's a genuine question for you. Do you know what rational justification is?
No, because you're coming into this all arrogant. Can you have a discussion instead of having an agenda? I'll answer your question. Go ahead and say it again. But you seem to have this agenda, and you don't want me to answer anything.
So, Stella, here's the problem.
You keep interrupting.
You've been answering me, but you don't even know what rational justification is. Do you think
I've
that's
been
rational?
trying to. Okay, dude, I don't know everything in the universe. Okay, maybe I can't explain it as well as you can.
I'm gonna say this one more time still. I'm gonna give you a receipt of the
Jesus.
conversation. What's happened here is you've told us that you have different metrics of evidence, one for your applicatory life, but a different one for any type of claims in historiography or chronology or textual mandates from Scripture, because you're
Right.
suspending judgment on the miraculous, but you'll also subscribe to the miraculous, but just whenever it suits your needs. And then I
How do
asked
I
you,
subscribe to the
I'm sorry,
miraculous? Can you explain that?
I didn't mean to interrupt the beginning of your sentence with the middle
Oh,
of
that's
my
fine. Can
crack,
you
boy.
describe what miraculous or that I'm subscribing to?
That would be a suspension of the natural.
What does that mean?
I thank you for asking the question. If there is a state of natural consequence in which is sustained by some sort of governing or agency outside or transcendent of the
Can you
universe,
dumb it down a little bit for me, brother?
you have different standards of evidence in which you test gauges or responses or reactions that you use daily. However, when it comes to a biblical source of evidence, then you all of a sudden suspend judgment on some sort of external criteria that doesn't seem to fit the mold, but you'll accept it for other molds that you use colloquially. That's what
Give
we've
me an
decided.
example.
What is disingenuous? Yeah, you'll say that my mother loves me, and I only need the burden of proof of the scientific method for all these other claims, but you can't prove your name without using the scientific method, nor can
These
you
are
prove...
okay. Can we get to a different point that's actually good?
I'm sorry, can you engage with the one that I presented to you?
You've cut me off halfway through my sentence every time I've tried to answer you. But why? Don't you want to have a conversation?
No, I want to crush atheists and the demons that reside in them.
Yeah, see, and now we got the answer. You're not being genuine. I am, and you are not.
What he's asking you is, and I think I might shed some light on this.
Charlie seems more genuine than you.
What
Yeah,
he's
but
asking,
you're dealing with a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. I want to cut
okay.
your